In a small town, a boy named Ryan lived with his family. His father worked long hours doing labor jobs, but money was always tight. Many mornings, Ryan went to school without breakfast. Despite his struggles, Ryan was an excellent student. He dreamed of becoming someone successful one day. But poverty stood in the way of his dreams. One day, the deadline to pay his school fees arrived. Ryan had no money and knew he might have to leave school. Sitting alone in a corner of the classroom, he quietly wiped away his tears. His teacher, Mr. Thompson, noticed him. "Ryan, what's wrong?" he asked gently. Ryan looked down and replied, "Sir, my family can't afford my school fees. I think I'll have to quit school." Mr. Thompson remained silent for a moment. Then he reached into his wallet, took out some money, and handed it to Ryan. "Pay your fees," he said, "but promise me one thing. Never give up on your education." Ryan was shocked. "How will I ever pay you back?" he asked. Mr. Thompson smiled and replied, "When you become successful, help someone in need. That will be all the repayment I ever need." Those words stayed with Ryan forever. He studied harder than ever, earned scholarships, graduated from college, and eventually became a successful doctor. Years passed. 20 years later, Dr. Ryan was working at a major hospital when an elderly man was admitted in critical condition. As Ryan reviewed the patient's file, his heart suddenly skipped a beat. The name on the chart was Mr. Thompson, his old teacher, the man who had once saved his future. Ryan rushed to the room. There, lying in the hospital bed, was the teacher who had changed his life. Age had caught up with him, and he was struggling financially. The cost of his treatment was far more than he could afford. Ryan's eyes filled with tears. For the next several days, he personally oversaw Mr. Thompson's care, making sure he received the best treatment possible. Finally, when Mr. Thompson recovered and was ready to leave the hospital, he asked for the bill. At the reception desk, he looked at the paperwork and froze. At the bottom of the bill was a note, paid in full, 20 years ago, when a teacher paid a poor student's school fees. Signed, Dr. Ryan. Tears streamed down Mr. Thompson's face. He turned around and saw Ryan standing behind him. The two embraced tightly. "My boy," Mr. Thompson said through tears, "I never imagined that one small act of kindness would come back to me like this." Ryan smiled and replied, "Sir, you didn't just pay my school fees that day. You saved my dreams. Everything I am today is because you believed in me." Everyone nearby was deeply moved. Because the truth is simple. Kindness never goes to waste. Sometimes it takes years to come back, but when it does, it touches hearts in ways we never expect.